Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. You are listening to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. I'm Craig Benzine.
And I'm Greg Benson. Wait a second.
We switched it. You know what? Because the third episode, they call it the switch episode. That's where we switch names, but only at the beginning.
Is that an industry thing?
Yeah. Well, if you've listened to any podcast, you know that in podcast number 3, they always switch at the beginning.
Okay.
And then it goes back to normal after that.
What happens if it's just one person in the podcast?
Then they have to switch. It's very complicated. I don't really know all the rules.
Okay. All right. I didn't know I was going to have to take notes.
Anyhow,
how you doing, Greg?
I'm good. Welcome, everybody. How are you doing, Craig?
I'm good. I'm eating a Girl Scout French toast cookie.
Well, that's not lettuce. Wait, I'm sorry. Girl Scout cookie? There's a French toast Girl Scout cookie?
Yeah. It's really good.
Does it taste like French toast?
Kind of, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So here's the deal. French toast has never been one of my favorite things. Like, I would take pancakes or even waffles over French toast any day.
You got a lot of foibles, Greg.
I don't know if they're foibles, but they might just be food preferences.
Oh, okay.
But I would listen, I'm a pancakes guy. A nice fluffy stack of pancakes is my jam. As they say, that's what the kids say. They say it's my jam.
Wait, you put jam on the pancakes?
No, you misunderstand me. No, when they say it's my jam, that means it's a song that they like to listen to. So basically, a stack of pancakes. I said pack of stand cakes, which is different.
What's a stand cake, I wonder?
You ask Stan.
Okay,
I have to ask him what that is.
Next time I see him.
A nice stack of pancakes is a song that I enjoy listening to. That's what I meant to say.
Okay. What you meant to say is also confusing. So, I'm also drinking coffee. Decaf coffee.
Oh, you drink coffee? Listen, I have a little saying that I say about the coffee every morning. I love when the coffee is done. I always say that. It's one of my famous sayings.
Really?
Yeah, I like to say that.
Greg, we know that is my catchphrase. We know that.
You can borrow my catchphrase if you want to. I don't mind if you say it. I'm not exclusive. You can say my catchphrase if you want.
Well, okay, I will say it probably 300 times in the past.
Okay. I don't really know I don't know how time works, but that sounds like a good plan to me. I look forward to listening to that in the past.
Okay. All right, good.
So look,
what's going on?
I was thinking that since this is a podcast about lettuce, I had planned something.
Is it?
Well, no, it is. Yeah, because we talk about lettuce on this podcast.
Okay.
So I thought that what would be a fun way to start is if we take turns naming celebrities who have a name of a lettuce in their name. So I'll start. Rebecca Romaine, your turn.
Wow. I feel like this is something you need to be prepared for. Timothy Chalamet?
If that's a kind of lettuce, then,
Isn't Maine lettuce a thing?
I
guess romaine
so.
lettuce. What? But Maine is also not in his...
All right, I guess it's my turn now. Eric Bibb. Okay, your turn.
Who's Eric Bibb? What was he in?
He's an actor. He was in that George Clooney movie. All right, your turn.
Which George? There's lots of George Clooney movies. I would like to know which.
The dramatic one. Go ahead. Your turn.
Okay. He's been in several dramas, but okay, fine. We're gonna go with Robert Pattinson's Iceberg.
No, that's not his name. His Pattinson is not his name. But funny you should say Iceberg because my next choice is Iceberg Jackson. All right, your turn.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I gotta say, I feel like I've been naming real celebrities, and you've just been like changing people's names to try to make them sound like they have lettuce in their name.
Listen,
but I'm
totally guilty of changing people's names.
Yeah.
You are not naming real actors. That's
Yes, I am. Rebecca Romaine married John Stamos years ago. She was in one of those like X-Men movies or something. She did that. I think she was the blue lady. Remember the sexy blue lady? That's her.
You picked the one example that you had prepared. That's all you just picked the one person that you already knew you were going to say, and then everything else was made up.
I don't.
Wait. We have to name an actor and actress, or does it just have to be a celebrity?
Could be any celebrity.
Ty Cobb. That's a salad. It's not necessarily a lettuce.
I mean, yeah, I don't really think that counts. I can't give you points for that. It's not as good as like someone like Iceberg Jackson. All right, do you want to get one more chance?
Who the hell is Iceberg Jackson? I would love to know.
Of the Vermont Jacksons.
Oh, and who are they?
It's a very famous celebrity family. They had a hit reality show called there were 5 of them called the 5 Jacksons.
If you're thinking of the Jacksons that Michael Jackson is
the Jackson 5.
If you're thinking of the Jackson 5,
yeah.
They grew up in Gary, Indiana, and then they went to Motown, I believe.
It was Michael, Marlon, LaToya, Iceberg, and Susan. Those were that was the Jackson 5.
Oh, Susan Jackson. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now I believe you.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was one of the. Do you like soul music? I'm a big fan of classic soul music.
I like it. Wouldn't say I'm an expert in it.
Well, you should listen to it sometime. See, I'm an expert. You can ask me anything. I'm an expert about soul music.
Oh, really? Anything?
Yeah, anything you like.
What is the best soul song?
It's Misdemeanor by Foster Silvers.
Okay. I'll have to take your word on that one.
I mean, if you don't know that song, you need to go over to Spotify or Amazon or Tamlify or Jim Snandify or any of those streaming services, and you need to listen to Misdemeanor by Foster Silvers. It's a great song.
Okay. There's a soul song that I just thought of that I think you should check out. It's called
what's that?
Closer by 9 Inch Nails.
Oh yeah, it's classic soul.
Yeah.
Classic soul. I love classic soul.
You should check it out.
Thanks. So speaking of you should check it out, I understand that today, a little bit early, you have officially released the first episode. It was not planned until May 1st, but we're recording this April 29th, in case people are wondering how early we record these things.
Yes.
This is Friday, April 29th right now. And so the first episode of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce is available on the Apple Podcast app and other podcast apps, I'm guessing, right?
Yes. Listen.
Yeah.
There is, as far as I know, there is no way to just upload an episode and not make it live. Like I had to make sure that we got, iTunes set up, which can take time. Sometimes it can take days.
Right.
But sometimes it doesn't. But the only way to get that going was to publish an episode.
Well, I think that's exciting that you've done that. It's early, which is great. It's exciting for everyone.
I'm detecting animosity because I released it early, Greg.
No.
I'm trying to defend myself.
I'll be honest with you. I'm angry. I'm very angry.
Okay.
But not about this. I have a lot of anger. I have a lot of anger issues.
All right, just in general.
Just in general. And it has nothing to do with you.
Okay.
It's that whole O.J. Simpson thing. I'm still angry about that.
Wow.
But
nobody's thinking about that.
I think about it constantly, like every day. Like I wake up and I'm like, O.J. And it makes me angry because like I don't feel that no matter how famous you are, I don't feel like any celebrity should be able to just take the name of orange juice and make that their name. And I think that's horrible that he did that because to me, it sort of ruins orange juice for me. Like every time I have orange juice, I think of Orange Juice Simpson. I'm like, why?
So you think that's the worst thing that he did?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's
okay.
That's the thing that makes me angry. I'm like, why did he ruin the name of orange juice for me when I'm just trying to enjoy a nice bowl of cereal with orange juice in it?
Do you drink orange juice?
Oh, absolutely, I drink orange juice.
You do?
You know why? Because I'm healthy.
Is juice healthy though?
Oh,
Greg?
sure, yeah, it's got all that natural sugar in it.
Okay, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
You're just taking the sugar out of the fruit,
right?
So the fruit has all sorts of benefits to it: fiber, vitamins,
right?
nutrients.
You get rid of all that stuff, and you
take
just
all
drink
that
the
away,
juice.
and you just take the sugar bit,
yeah,
and you drink it.
Yeah, By the way, I want to point out one thing.
All right.
People who are listening to the podcast and not watching it, because we do make videos as we record these podcasts. There's a video version, but they have not been available to anyone yet. We're thinking about creating a new level on Patreon where they will get the videos also. But I just want to point out, they can't see that Craig right now is wearing just the coolest shades. He looks kind of like a cop. You look kind of like an undercover cop.
Shh, don't say that. Don't say that.
Did I? Oh, are you telling me that you actually are an undercover cop?
I can't say any more about that.
Okay. What's the hardest case you ever worked on?
Again, I cannot talk about this, but the hardest one was when I had to pretend to be a dead man.
Oh my gosh! And you just laid somewhere for like a couple of days.
Yes.
And you let your flesh rot and flies collect around your eyes.
I was actually buried. I was buried with like a tiny little snorkel.
I don't want to talk about that because I'm claustrophobic, and even just talking about the idea of being buried alive to me is horrifying.
It's not great. It's probably one of my bottom like 50 ways to go.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's at the top. Like, it'd be like the top number one way to go would be to be buried alive.
No, well, that to me sounds like a positive. You're saying like that's the way you want to go.
It's in my top 10. Top 10 ways to go that are the worst.
Okay, that's a little misleading until you say that last bit. But all right. Yeah.
If you could choose the way that you were going to die, what would you choose?
Very old in my sleep.
Okay. All right. See, for me, I would choose to get a time machine, go back to, say, like 1955, have sex with Brigitte Bardot for about a month and a half straight. Like every day have sex with her, and then die in my sleep.
Okay.
See, I put some thought into this.
You sure did.
I mean, you're just going to die in your sleep. I get to have sex with Brigitte Bardot for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, I was waiting for a Back to the Future reference, but because there was the 1955 thing. But
I'm just thinking like mid 50s, Brigitte Bardot, mid to late 50s. I don't actually know how old she. Hopefully, I don't really know when she was the most. But maybe I should have said early 60s because let me look up. Hang on a second.
Okay, let's.
When
let's have
was
some
Brigitte Bardot born? Hang on.
While you look up.
Oh.
Okay.
She was born. Oh, good. She was born in 1934. So in 1955, she would have been 21. So that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure she wasn't underage in 55.
All you were doing, you weren't saying how you want to die. You were just tagging on a thing you want to do and then dying.
Yeah.
That's
not
really.
Listen, I gave you the option of choosing how you wanted to die. So you just said, I just want to die in my sleep. And I
want to die in my sleep. Yeah. But before that, I want to have a big bowl of ice cream because it'll be delicious.
I mean, if you choose a big bowl of ice cream over having sex with Brigitte Bardot for 6 weeks straight every single day, that is your choice. And that's the choice that you can make.
Well, I could have said, I can say anything. This is just a conversation about things we want to do. That's it. It's not about dying at all.
It's about how we want to die. That's all I'm saying. How we want to die.
Why do you want to do that right before you die? Why not? Isn't that something you want to do anytime?
Look, Craig, it's very simple. Here, I'll give you another example. If you want like another example of what I would like to do before I die, what I would like to do is I would like to be a billionaire who lives to like 105 and has everything that they want and happiness and health and then die in my sleep.
Just described how you want to live your entire life.
Well, I'm just saying, like if I'm going to die, that's how I want to die.
That's not how you want to die, Greg. That is how you want to live your life.
All right, let me be a little more specific then, because I think I understand what it is that you're going for and what you want from me. So, all right. I want to invent a time machine, go get Brigitte Bardot, bring her back to the present, then for us both to be billionaires, be happy, have lots and lots of sex.
No, wait
a minute.
Greg?
Wait, just wait a second.
Okay.
I'm going to give you what you want. then we're going to live the rest of our lives together, be very, very happy. Oh, and hopefully my wife won't mind, and she'll be part of it too, and it'll all be great.
That's also an issue.
No, we'll all be happy together. And then she'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe you got Brigitte Bardot from the past, and now she's like, it'll be a positive thing. So anyway.
Okay. But why does Brigitte Bardot want to do this?
Because I'm a billionaire. So she gets a really nice lifestyle, and it'll be a lot of fun for her. And then, but then when I'm 105 years old, I want to be choked to death by a transient. Is that what you want? You want some more specific death like that?
I mean, that end bit was very specific, and that's all you needed to say.
Yeah.
But that brings up other questions. Like, why? That does not seem like the best way to go.
You have to admit, when you're 105, but even if you're in good shape, you're old, you're feeble, you cannot protect yourselves, yourself, if there's just one of you, from being choked to death by an insane transient person.
You can't protect yourself from it. No, but that doesn't mean you should want that to happen.
I was just trying to be more specific because I could tell you wanted me to be specific about the way I was going to die.
Well, why choose that?
Well, what do you want me to say? Well, I want like a homeless guy to like poke my eyes out with a shrimp fork and then I bleed to death from my eye sockets. I mean, it's ridiculous. Why would you ask me that?
Okay. All right. I think we should move on. I think.
All right. Look, I got something else. So since you released the podcast on the Apple Podcast app, I opened up the podcast app. I typed in the word lettuce. Now, our podcast does not come up unless you type in or dictate, which I prefer to do, the words two guys talking about lettuce. Then it comes up first thing. But if you just type in lettuce, let's just take a look at what comes up, because there's a lot of podcasts that apparently have lettuce in. There's even one called The Lettuce Podcast right there. Then there's one called Lettuce Explain. There's one called Lettuce Help. One called Lettuce Talk. There's a lot. The Lettuce Wrap. There's one called Lettuce Wrap. There's one called The Red Lettuce. There's another one that's just called Lettuce. Let Us Learn More podcast is another one. There's a lot of lettuce podcasts that come up, which I'm kind of amazed about because, as you said on the first episode, I believe, we didn't do any research before starting this podcast.
No, and we still haven't.
Yeah, well, I'm doing research right now just by opening up, and there's one called Lettuce Rewind.
Okay, that's enough examples, Greg. Okay, I was going to give you a little time, but that's probably enough examples.
But you know what? What I realize is even with all these examples, there are no podcasts called Let Us Pray, and religion's very popular. So it could be like a religious vegan podcast, because there are a lot of vegan religious people out there.
Okay.
So Let Us Pray would be like a really good one.
Are you saying you want to do a vegan religious podcast?
I'm just saying that we might consider having more than one lettuce podcast. We might want to branch out a little bit. There's also, how about one for people who bought scalped tickets for concerts and then it turns out that the scalped tickets were fake, and you call it Let Us Into the Concert, Please.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a common thing. A lot of people buy like fake things off of StubHub or whatever.
Sure, but why the pun? Why the lettuce pun for that? Because
you have to fit lettuce in there. You got to fit lettuce in there somewhere.
Okay. I mean, I guess we barely fit lettuce in this podcast, so.
This is a podcast about lettuce because we're two guys and we're talking about. That's what we're doing right now. We're talking about lettuce.
I suppose we are, aren't we?
Okay, and then there's one more podcast that I had an idea for. A podcast. How about a podcast that discourages listeners, and it's called "Let Us Have Some Time to Ourselves, Please."
Okay, and then will they eat lettuce when they're by themselves?
No. What we're saying is that we do a podcast, but it's just for us, and we really discourage other people from listening to it. So it's just us.
Do we even make the podcast live?
Well, obviously you have to do that because it's a podcast. It's if you don't make it live, then it's just two jerks making a recording.
Okay.
Which I think should be another podcast we make. Two jerks making a recording.
I actually like that idea.
It's kind of what we're doing right now, isn't it?
We should I think every week we should start a new podcast. It should just be episode 1 of a new podcast.
I think that is a great idea. And I know you think you're joking, but that's a really, really great idea. Okay, listen, I want to remember to do this because last time we forgot, we didn't do it until the end of the episode. But for our Patreon peeps, at patreon.com/2guys talking about lettuce, because we want for you to type as many letters as possible. there's a special bonus, which we call bonus talking, or did we decide to call it something else?
Dressing or croutons.
Yeah, or bonus talking.
Or bonus talking. Let's call it ranch.
Okay, all right. So
the ranch.
So now it's time for the ranch. Now we're going to take a few minutes and we're going to discuss something that's private just for our Patreon peeps. They're the only people who are going to hear this next portion, and it starts right now.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
Wow, that was an amazing. For anyone who is not on Patreon, what you missed, and I don't want to ruin the surprise, but you missed me and Craig talking about
the meaning of life.
Yes, the meaning of life. And I feel like we nailed it.
I think we figured it out. It's finally done.
A lot of psychologists and psychiatrists and philanthropists.
Good job saying that word.
A lot of philanthropists have talked about it for years.
Okay.
A lot of Philharmonics have been discussing it for years, and I don't think that any of them nailed it like we did.
No. Well, I mean, we nailed it completely, especially those dumb Philharmonics. They don't
they don't
know what they're talking about.
What do they know?
Yeah.
Phil, as they like to be called.
Greg.
Yeah.
Top 15 movies with lettuce in them.
Oh, okay.
Which is similar to your question.
Oh, Schindler's Lettuce.
Okay, not in the title, just in the movie. But
right. Well, no, yeah. Schindler's List. There's one part where Oskar Schindler goes to a fancy dinner, and he does have a salad.
Okay, we'll say that as one.
Do you remember in the first episode how I pretended like I didn't know what salad was? Wasn't that funny?
That was a moment.
Oh man,
sure.
That was so funny. Oh
yeah,
man,
it happened. Yeah.
It's like how could he have a podcast about lettuce and not know what salad is?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, it's amazing. God,
I heard it.
God, I missed that.
Yeah, it's in my memory. Okay.
All right. How about you?
The movie Eat, Pray, Love, I assume has lettuce. I never saw it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. How about Don't Look in the Basement?
Don't Look in the Basement. It turns out when they looked in the basement, there was an old man eating a nice Cobb salad.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's 3.
Okay.
And then the fourth movie is Die Hard 4, Live Free or Die Lettuce, it was called.
Are you sure that's the title?
Yes.
All right. Maybe I never saw Die Hard 4. I saw the first one.
It's about people who want to live free, but if they die, they turn into lettuce.
Listen, I don't mean to go off on a tangent here, but a lot of people think that Die Hard, the first movie, is a Christmas movie. They put that in a big basket of Christmas movies. I don't know how they do it. They have a huge basket. It says Christmas movies on the side, and they just dump that one right there in that basket. Do you think that movie belongs in the Christmas movie basket?
Here's the thing. I know how opinionated you get about movies, Greg.
Oh, I do.
And I feel like I know that you don't think it's a Christmas movie. I absolutely do think it's a Christmas movie.
Well, maybe I do think it's a Christmas movie.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in years. How am I supposed to know if it's a Christmas movie or not?
You haven't seen it? You should watch that movie once a week.
Really? That seems like too much.
Yeah, it is. But you should.
Okay. From now on, here's the deal. From now on, I swear to God, I will watch Die Hard once a week for the rest of my life.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's too much. Why would you do that?
Well, because you told me to, and so I swear to God I'm going to do it.
Jeez.
And if I don't do it, may God strike me dead.
Oh, wow. Is that the way you want to die?
No, I'm just telling you that that's my promise to you that I'm going to do it. That way you know that I'm serious.
Jeez. Okay, I'm glad because it is a good movie and it holds up. I mean, I guess it may have been a couple years since I've seen it as well. But
well, you know what you ought to do, Craig. From now on, for the rest of your life, you should watch that movie 3 times a day, every day.
You know what? I swear to God, I am going to watch that movie 3 times a day, every day, till the day I die. May God strike me down if I don't, which may happen soon.
The only thing is, I don't really have time the next couple of weeks. I got a busy schedule the next couple of weeks, so I won't really be able to. I'm going to have to skip the first couple of weeks.
I'm working on a video that's taking up a lot of time too, so I'm probably going to have to put it off a little bit. But
oh God, woo!
Wow. We figured out the meaning of life. We talked about when we're going to die, and we challenged God in this podcast.
Well, we'll see what happens. We've also just lost all of our born again Christian listeners.
Yes,
we lost them all in one fell swoop on episode 3. Oh well, sorry guys.
Yeah, sorry. What if you're a Christian, a born again Christian, but then you stop being a Christian again? Does that make you a dead again Christian?
Oh, I can't go into detail about that.
Okay.
You know, I would never want to be a born again Christian because I would not want to do that to my own mother. I mean, that would hurt so much. I weigh 190 pounds.
Yeah.
And there is no way I'm going to make my mother go through that. I mean, that's horrible.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
When I think about all the people who have done that, you know, even let's say that it's a woman who only weighs like 110 pounds, like really a small, slender woman, that's still too big of a person to be born again. I think that's horrible.
You're right, Greg. Yeah. Just stay dead again, everybody.
I don't know. Leave your mom out of it. That's what I say. Just leave your mom out of it. Whatever you decide to do, leave your mom out of it. But
maybe adopted. Maybe adopted again.
I just want to clarify. I think that people should do what they want to do. I think that's one of my tenets of life. Is that the right word to use? Tenets?
Tennis of life.
It's one of my tenets of life. Yeah. What do you call it when someone pays you rent every month? Like you own the building and they pay you rent?
That's called a pendant.
A pendant. So one of my pendants of life is that people should just do what they want to do. Leave people alone. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, let them do their thing.
I agree. I agree with you absolutely.
I don't want to argue about it.
That said, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Okay.
What do you think?
I agree. Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Sure, why not?
Oh, you do agree?
Yeah, why not? Sure.
I don't even know what you think.
I didn't get on this podcast to argue with you. I don't want to. I don't want to make this. I don't want to make this about arguing, and I don't want to argue with you about whether we argue or not.
Okay. All right.
That's the last thing I want to do. Actually, it's the second last thing I want to do.
What's the last thing?
The last thing I want to do is just have like a nice bowl of mint chocolate ice cream.
Okay.
Before going to bed. I just want to have and I mean a huge, one of those bowl, like a mixing bowl, like a big glass mixing bowl. If people could watch the video version, they'd see how my hands are positioned. So it's like it's a bowl that's about twice the size of my head.
That's you're gonna have that before you go to bed tonight?
I'm gonna fill a huge mixing bowl twice the size of my head with mint chocolate ice cream, and I'm just gonna eat all of it, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
I don't think you're gonna feel very good after that, Greg. I just don't.
I think I'll feel a sense of accomplishment because I've never eaten that much ice cream at once.
You know, when China and I quit added sugar for a month.
Yeah.
We had a big thing planned at the end where we were gonna have. I had a big bowl of chocolate ice cream. She had some other kind of dessert.
Yeah, and I bet you ate it. You felt great.
I took like 2 bites and I felt sick. Felt very sick.
And this is why I always say people should not quit sugar. Keep it in your system. Keep it in your body. That way you can eat it and enjoy your life.
Keep the train a moving. Yes.
Are you back to eating sugar now, or have you still quit?
I eat sugar. I think I eat less than I did before I quit.
Yeah,
but
I must admit I am addicted to sugar. I do love sugar.
I just had a French toast Girl Scout cookie.
Really? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Had no idea.
Okay. Yeah. So you need to go to a doctor, probably. You might have a concussion.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's not the first time I've heard that. I hear that a lot. A lot of people say that to me. You know, I admire how you and China quit things and make videos out of them, of you not doing things. Because most people make videos about them doing things, but you make videos about not doing things. And I think that's very impressive. Now, when are you going to do that video I suggested where you quit having sex for 5 years straight? When are you going to do that?
Well, I guess there is no video evidence of it, so we could do that anytime.
Oh, I got video evidence.
Oh, all right.
I love your attitude on that. All right, that's enough, Greg. All right, that's it for that. All right, we'll move on. But seriously though, I do think that's a good idea for a video, and that a lot of people would watch that. No sex for 5 years. I think you'd get a lot of views.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
it probably would. It probably would get a lot of views.
It's all about the views.
Most people on the internet are clicking on things to watch sex. So I feel like
interesting.
Promise to not have it in the video, I think, would turn people off.
So wait a minute. You're saying that people click videos so that they can watch sex?
They do, yes.
What is that? Watchsex.com? Is that where you go for that? You go to watchsex.com?
That might be a website. Sure.
Let me look it up real quick. I'm actually going to open up a web browser.
All right.
And I'm going to type in watchsex.com and watchsex.com. I'm looking. Wait a minute. It's loading. Nothing's happening yet. Oh, no, it is not. It is not actually a website, but the domain is for sale.
Wow. That seems like a gold mine.
Yeah, you can lease it for $549 a month. You can lease it, or you can buy it for $11,975. And I'm not joking. Wow. If someone wants to buy watchsex.com, it will cost them $11,975. Now, personally, I would not pay more than $11,465.
Okay. It's a weird line you draw. But yeah, there's good money in it, you know? Why doesn't that person, whoever owns that watchsex.com, why don't they get off their ass and start making videos? You know?
Yeah. All they have to do is make videos of them watching sex and then upload it.
Yeah.
I would watch a video of someone watching sex. As long as they don't touch themselves during it, I would watch that video.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes on Bad Movies Live, that's my Twitch stream in case anybody doesn't know. It's on Twitch. Sometimes we'll be watching movies and there will be a sex scene and then I'll have to cut away from it and then just describe the sex scene, describe what's happening. And that's a case of other people watching me watching sex.
Yeah. So you should have that website.
Oh, man. All right. So here's the deal. Once our Patreon hits $11,975
a month.
Then a month. Then I'm just gonna take 1 month of that.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind. I'm not gonna give you your half that month.
Yeah, no. I feel like we're going. You're gonna have to wait until it's double that.
No, we're splitting 50-50, but that you're gonna donate your half that month so that I can buy watchsex.com.
No, I'm not.
No. Listen to the business plan. I have a business plan.
All right.
You donate your half that month.
Yeah.
I buy the website, watchsex.com. That's the plan.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I did already know the plan. And that you can't, you got to wait until you have. How about you just wait 2 months? How about that? How about.
Well, here's the problem with that. What if we lose some patrons on the second month, and then the income goes down, and then my half is not going to be enough?
Wait 3 months.
Well, look, what you want to do? You're delaying.
Also,
you're delaying my business.
Leading up to that month, we will have had several months of many thousands of dollars. So I feel like you would have enough money.
I don't know. I imagine. See, right now we only have 4 patrons, so I imagine that. Just 1 month, it's just going to jump from 4 patrons, which is $12 a month. We're splitting $12. Actually, we're splitting $10.40. I looked on there yesterday, and after Patreon takes their fee, that $12 becomes $10.40 a month, which we'll get paid, and then we'll split. So right now, we're going to get $5.20 each for the first month.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm thinking about doing that is putting it in the Watchsex.com fund.
Okay. See, that's a better way to go. You're saving money.
Yeah. No. It's just the name of the fund. It has nothing to do with buying that website. It's just the name of the fund.
Oh.
It's totally unrelated.
Oh, so what's that fund for then?
Just to buy some of that ice cream that I wanted to. Because it's expensive to fill a whole huge mixing bowl with ice cream.
You could call it the ice cream fund.
Look, I'm not as literal as you are. I think of a good name for a fund and I stick with it. I don't like to waffle on my fund names.
Okay, all right. Greg.
Yes, Craig Benzine.
Greg.
I got to say, listen, there are a lot of podcasts out there, and I'm so glad that we're doing one together because what the world needs now is more podcasts.
I feel like that's the only thing the world needs.
It's the only thing that there's just too little of.
We need more podcasts. We need people to burn coal to use the electricity to make the podcast.
Absolutely.
And to listen to the podcast.
And this is, just to clarify, this is a coal burning podcast.
Yeah, it's independent too. We burn our own coal.
Yeah, exactly. We grow it, we burn it, and we planted the coal seeds years ago so that we'd have enough to make this podcast.
Sure.
And frankly, I think it's going really well.
Yeah. Look at it's working. The electricity is going.
Yeah.
So
So
keep
we're
burning
good.
that coal.
So we're doing good. All right, Craig. Well, listen, I want to thank you for episode 3. I've really I feel like these episodes are just getting better and better.
Yeah, I feel like we did one, and then we did another one.
Well, that's true.
And then we did another one.
That's today. We did the 3rd one. And that's it. And then we're going to stop.
It. Yeah.
We will stop before the official launch date because today, once again, is April 29th. The official launch date is May 1st. So we'll do 3 podcasts and then quit before the official launch date.
I love it. I love that. Because who else does that,
Nobody. It's our business plan. No, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I just remembered that we got to raise the money to buy Watchsex.com. So let's keep doing it and just. Okay. I'll make a deal with you. We will keep doing this podcast until we have raised enough money to buy that website.
Okay, that's when we stop doing it. Are we going to actually buy the website?
Yeah, we'll buy the website and then quit the podcast.
You know what? Let's hold out on the promise to buy the website. Let's just say that we we'll raise that much money and then quit.
I don't know why we'd hold off on that promise.
I also don't know that that's a good incentive for people to give us money, that we will eventually stop if we make a certain amount.
You don't think that's good? People would be like, "Oh God, I'm sick of this. I'm going to raise my Patreon subscription to the $300 level." You don't think that's going to help?
No, I really don't. But it is a good goal to raise that much money.
Let me ask you something. We created a Patreon that only has one tier right now at $3. $3 a month. So people just $3 a month. Everybody got $3 a month. I don't know anybody who's like, even the poorest people they have an extra $3 a month, don't they? So
let's not, Craig. Let's not.
So no, here's what I'm saying. Yeah. So maybe, just maybe, we created the podcast with the tier too low. So maybe it should only have one tier and it should be $300 a month. Because check this out. If we do, I'm going to open up a calculator here. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Calculator. If
I really like where this is going.
No, listen to this. Check this out. If we do $300 a month times, if we get only 1 million supporters at that, 1 million, that is $300 million a month.
That you probably didn't need a calculator for that, but yeah.
Look, you might be a math whiz, but I need some help every once in a while.
Okay.
Math whiz.
Yeah.
So $300 million a month? Was that the total? I've kind of forgotten.
Yeah. But you know what? If we just do $3, then we would have 3 million, which is also pretty good for a month.
Yeah, but remember, we're splitting it, and then there's taxes, and then we have to pay our agents 90%, as we established in the first episode.
Oh, you're right. That's pennies. Okay, yeah, $300 a month.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to raise it to $300 a month, and what I'll do is I'm going to cancel out anyone who's already supporting us and say that they have to resubscribe at the $300 level.
Can't you just type in 300 for them instead?
I might be able to just change it, and then they'll get their credit card bill and they'll be like, "What's this?" And they'll be like, "Oh, it's for the two guys talking about lettuce." Okay, no, that's fine. That's probably that's probably how they'd react.
They probably needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're probably trying to buy Watchsex.com. Speaking of Watchsex.com,
I feel like we should make that a goal. Like once we raise 11,000. Whatever, we will buy Watchsex.com.
It's $11,975. You're good at math. I can't believe you didn't remember the number.
Remembering a number is not the same as being good at math.
No, that's math right there. If you're good at math, you remember numbers.
What's the number?
$11,975.
$11,975.
Now you're getting better at math.
If we're making that much per month, we will buy Watchsex.com.
I'm so excited about that. It's going to be great. Then maybe what we should do, we should actually launch the website and make our podcast available exclusively at Watchsex.com.
Yeah. Yes. But now that we're talking about it, I feel like if we keep talking about it and we actually grow the audience, the price will go up for Watchsex.com.
Oh, shit. You know what? You're right. Or maybe someone else is going to be like, oh, my God, that's such a good idea. And then maybe one of these other lettuce podcasts is going to be listening to us. And then he'd be like, oh, shit, we better buy that website first. Because I don't know how well those other I'm sorry, I messed up. Let me start again.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Greg Benson, and this is...
I'm Craig. Hi.
Okay, hi. This is episode 3. Welcome to the podcast. Today, we're going to talk... maybe I shouldn't start that early.
No, keep going. You gotta stick to the bit, man.
I expected for you to stop me because I thought that that's what we were doing. I thought that you would say, no, Greg, no, it's okay that you're starting again, but that's too early.
I don't want to be predictable, Greg.
No, I guess you're right. Yeah. So now I'm the one with egg all over my face. I got egg on my face, as they say.
You got Greg on your face.
Oh, man, and you got Craig on your face.
Ah!
Nice. Look what we've done.
Wow.
I don't even want to finish my thought. I don't even remember what my thought was.
I'm talking about Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Thank you, everybody, for listening. My name has been Greg Benson, and this is Craig Benson.
And this has been two guys talking about lettuce.
And as we say at the end of every podcast, don't go changing.